Been talking, of course, a lot about the war in Ukraine. There's no ignoring it. One of the fascinating parts of this tragedy is there's a whole community of surrogate mothers and newborn babies in cities that have been shelled by Russian forces. Our next guest's newborn child was one of the first newborn babies to be rescued in the war. This thanks to a Boston area woman working to reunite children with their parents. And Jennifer Hill is joining me right now. They're on the screens right behind me with, let me see, let me just make sure that I do this right. Hold on. Jennifer, you are with Refugee Protection International. Thank you for being with us. And Dr. Karina, who looks like she could be your sister, is the mama whose baby is safe because of your efforts. So first, Dr. Karina, a lot of people would not even think about this facet of the war and what's happening right now. When this war broke out, what was the first thing you did?
Well, we tried to go to Kiev to be with our baby. He was not yet born. He was supposed to be born on 4th of March. And when the war started, we were with our bags packed and we were about to leave for Kiev. And we heard about the war. There was no way we could enter Kiev, and we panicked. We panicked a lot. We tried to talk with the embassy, with our government, with all the officials, and everybody said that there is nothing we can do. We cannot go to Ukraine. We cannot enter Kiev because of the war. So we just waited and wrote a lot of emails and made a lot of phones for trying to find somebody who could help us to get to our baby.
And Jennifer, how did you connect with Dr. Karina? How did the two of you meet?
Yes, thank you, Adrienne, for having us. So I was connected with the surrogacy clinic in Kyiv through contacts in Romania. And we decided urgently that this had to be assisted. And the surrogacy clinic put me in touch with some of the mothers that were in Romania. And from there, we all worked tirelessly together with Corina and others to find an ambulance that would be willing to take these children and to bring them back to the western border of Ukraine to be united with their Romanian parents.
It's amazing. It's just, you kind of think about all the different levels of pain and sorrow, and to think that there are babies, your children, that you've been waiting for, and they are in this war zone. Dr. Karina, you did finally connect with your baby. How is your child doing?
He's very well. He is now at home with us. He's safe in our living room. We always make a joke from bunkers to living room. So he's a fighter because he was born alone in Kiev with us not being able to be there for him. He was discharged from the maternity clinic alone. So this was very painful for us because he had to go through these days of wars alone. He was taken from the maternity clinic to the bunkers every night, sometimes even more times a night when the aerial alarms started. And then we tried to find a way to bring him home. And we tried to speak to the Red Cross and all the officials who could have helped us, but everybody was reluctant to go into Kiev because it was not safe, and there were no humanitarian corridors that were safe.
Yeah, there was no way to travel safely. I mean, I just can't even imagine. Jennifer, how many babies are in this situation, like Dr. Karina's child? How many newborn babies are you endeavoring to reunite with their parents?
Right. We know the situation is very difficult. There are about 22 babies from different nationalities, but there are more being born every day at this clinic that we're partnering with in Kyiv. And so the process there is that I'm in contact daily with the clinic, and as soon as a child is born, they have to wait a few days to monitor the health of the child to make sure it's safe enough to be moved. And then they need to get the discharge papers and the papers renouncing the custody from the surrogate. And only then can we arrange with the Dobrobu Medical Center to move the child with the ambulance. And then we coordinate with the receiving hospital in Chernobyl on the western border of Ukraine to ensure that they will admit the child until the mothers can work with the Romanian consulate to get the birth certificates and the travel documents to be able to bring the child back into Ukraine, into Romania.
We talked to a couple yesterday who happened to have a surrogate mother in Ukraine as well, and they actually, in trying to get their baby back, did it alone, in a sense, but they were accused of kidnapping the child. So is this very dangerous work, not just because it's a war zone, but because of the complications surrounding documentation?
It absolutely is. So I visited Ukraine last week. I went to meet one of the 2 hospitals that we are supporting inside Chernobyl, and we are helping them to be able to assist displaced children, but also war orphans and other children who are being brought to the hospital by authorities. Wow. Now, this includes children that are try to be brought across the border into Romania, but the people bringing them don't have the right paperwork. I mean, it could be neighbors who found the child orphaned and who are just trying to help them. But either way, the authorities bring the child to this hospital that we are supporting. And it is heartbreaking. I met an infant girl. She was just weeks old. She was swaddled in pink, lying painfully alone in her bassinet. And the general director of the hospital said that she was the sole survivor of an attack on her family as she fled through a humanitarian corridor.
Oh my
now, the
gosh.
hospital has many such infants, and we are doing all we can to help equip these hospitals, with neonatal incubators and other equipment, but also to support evacuations, which get more dangerous every day.
It's just amazing the kind of work that you do. I'm endeavoring not to get emotional myself, but thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you as well. And
okay.
Thank you, Corina, for your bravery, too, and all the mothers.
Thank you, Jennifer. You were amazing. Without you, I don't think we would have found a way to bring the babies back from Kiev, because thanks to Jennifer, 6 Romanian children born out of surrogacy are now home with their mothers. They are the only Romanian children who were able to be taken out of Kiev. And this is all thanks to Jennifer, who not only helped us, but also helped the hospital in Chernobyl to be able to take care more properly, better of our kids.
It's
so
amazing.
Thank you a lot. Your work is amazing. Yes, and she was there for 3 days, and she bought all the supplies the hospital need, and tried to make a list of all the necessary equipment. So thank you very much, Jennifer. Your work is really amazing.
Dr. Corina, you took the words out of all of our mouths, and Jennifer is again with. I want to make sure I say this again, Refugee Protection International. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.